About the Alaska Aces is their hardworking head coach, Alex Compton. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Miko.
Hello.
Nice
to meet you.
Yes, yes. I've enjoyed your work from afar from a long time
same
now.
Same here, my friend. How are you? I missed you.
Yeah, miss working with you. I don't know when. You know what the question is? When did we first cover games together? Because I know it's been a while. It was like we did the NBA together in 2010. But when did we first cover a game together?
First time? I would think that was in 2003.
It was probably something like that.
Yeah.
Well, we did the opening with the PBA together.
That's right.
Where you corrected me for saying the wrong thing in Tagalog.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
That was about Ronald Tubid.
I won't need to repeat that.
He basically said Tubid was mayabang. I said, no, that's not what it means. No. And see, so we go way, way back, and to me, every time I watch an Alaska game, there's sort of an emotional attachment because you're the one coaching it.
Yeah.
And there's a side of me that wants to see you win.
Yeah. There's a side of me that wants to see me win, too. A big side.
And, well, Alaska, you guys are winning now.
Yeah.
I mean, how's your team doing now in the Governor's Cup?
We've had a good start. The guys, I think, we're really kind of buying into the moving the ball, sharing. We've got a really good group of guys. I think that matters so much. The ugali. Am I allowed to say any Tagalog words, even if they're incorrect here? Okay.
No, I know you're just trying to show off. He's just trying to show off.
I'm trying to think of the ugali of the
Gusto
players.
Gusto niya pakita magaling siya mag-Tagalog.
Hindi naman masyado. No, but the feeling of the player, the overall kind of attitude of the players is great. They work, they do everything that you ask them to do, and I think you couple that with we have a really, really, really good import. A really good import that I wanted to get for 8 years.
Seriously, you've been trying to get this guy for 8 years?
Yes. And he's a winner. He's a leader. He's like having a coach.
Mike Harris, right?
Yes. Mike Harris. He's a great rebounder. He understands the game. But the biggest thing is it's who he is as a person. That's why I wanted to get him for 8 years. Because you'll see guys, as a coach, who try to get his imports, you'll see this guy can rebound, this guy can score, but what's he like? Is he going to be a unifier or is he going to be a divider? Is he going to be an inspiration or is he going to be something that pulls people down? This guy he's a leader.
From day one of your coaching, I've always believed that you would prioritize, correct me if I'm wrong, like fostering the right kind of team culture above everything else. Like you would probably trade like winning so many championships, but if you did not have the right culture, which attracted the right kind of players, then it would probably mean less to you.
Yes. I remember I told Fred before, if I thought that coaching was only about the wins and the losses, I might as well teach third grade algebra. Like it would just be so challenging for me. But the fact that as a coach you get to speak into the guys' lives, you get to try to hopefully impress certain values, character things, discipline upon them that will make them successful in their current life and later, and stuff outside of the court. That's the stuff that really excites me. Because as much as basketball has been a huge blessing and a big part of my life, it's not my life in its entirety. And the same is true for every single player and coach and referee and people who run the league. So, I just really want to use the game for its intended purpose. And the whole reason it was invented, people don't know this. Naismith invented the game so that he could teach young men Christian values. That's why basketball exists. Its sole purpose for when it first started was to find a game that could play indoors to teach young men Christian values. So I think that's a pretty good purpose.
We'll get into your coaching journey in just a bit, but focusing on the Alaska Aces and what you guys are doing, how is that culture driving the success that you're having now?
Well, I think the guys are playing for each other more. We're near the top of the league in assists. Obviously, Chris Bonchero leads the league in assists. He's been doing a great job. But the whole team's really moved the ball. And then again, to have an import who models behavior that you want from the whole team.
You said he even thinks like a coach.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him coaching guys every day. And he's the type of guy that he does extra work before and after practice. Sinasama niya yung mga iba. He brings other players in with him, come on, do this work with me. And then it's really like having an American Danny I and a Danny I.
Right.
You have to, it's like we hired an import who's a skills coach.
An American Danny I and a Danny I.
Right. It's like we've got, Danny and I were talking about it. We've got these two great big men coaches. Only one of them's our import. And he does all the stuff that he preaches. So, I can tell you, hey, come on, Miko, you should be a better Filipino. Pay your taxes, do this. And then I don't pay my taxes. I don't do this. I try to. Then it's hypocrisy. It's empty speech. But the guys see him and say, oh, you got to work on this. But he does all the work that some of our guys can't yet do because he pushes himself so hard. So it's a tremendous model.
Speaking of a tremendous model, what kind of, I don't know, basketball model are you using now? I mean, for the Alaska, or have you been using the same system since you started coaching this team?
We've made some tweaks, and I think you always need to adjust. I think when I first took over, we had so many high IQ veterans, Don, Tony, Eric Mank, RJ Hazul, really smart player, JV Casho, a bunch of guys, Sonny, obviously, guys that were really just on the upper echelon that could all end up coaching if they want to, if they choose to. And so we could do a lot more complicated stuff. And I feel that the season where we really struggled, not this year, but the season prior, that was my fault because I didn't recognize the change in the team dynamics. And I can get a lot deeper into this with you, maybe off cam, about some things that I learned. But in terms of trimming away some of the stuff that was too much to think about for some of the guys has really helped us this year.
Speaking of change in team dynamics, Calvin Abueva was such a huge part of the Alaska image, the Alaska basketball system, the Alaska culture.
Yeah.
And then when Calvin left, how did that change the team dynamics of Alaska?
Well, we lost the most dynamic athlete, possession gainer. I don't have the appropriate term because I don't think there's one way that you can really term Calvin in the league. He just does stuff the guys can't do. So his ability to get the ball, be a spark, create plays where there are no plays to be created, he still finds a way. So that was a loss. But a lot of times, and you'll find this in any community type setting, when such a dominant star or personality is taken out, that void has to be filled up by the rest in a collective effort. And I think our guys have embraced the responsibility of, wala tayong Calvin, hindi naman tayo pwedeng umasa sa mga ginagawa niya. We have to find a way ourselves. And I think they've embraced that. And so it's a challenge to them. I think they're aware that they can't do it as an individual alone, but to do it as a group.
And this new version of Alaska, the post-Calvin Abueva, post-the Beast Alaska, how proud are you of this unit now?
Well, I'll be most proud when I see us maximize what we have. I think we have grown, which we always preach. But I'll be most proud when I see us go through a playoff run, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a championship, but when we're maximizing what we've got. I mean, that's all you can ultimately ask of anyone. And but I like the trajectory, I like the path, I like the growth, and the commitment to one another is there, and I think still growing. I think we'll continue to get more and more solid.